So what are the primary causes of glaucoma, and how do they affect eye health?
So glaucoma can happen as a result of aging. There's some genetic predisposition, and other risk factors include chronic steroid use. People who have high myopia, they may get it as well. And if it's not under good control, you might slowly start getting the optic nerve damaged, and that may result in vision loss.
Is there any genetic link to glaucoma? And if so, should family members of those who are diagnosed be tested today?
If you have a family history of glaucoma, you have a 3 to 4 times, sometimes even higher risk of getting glaucoma.
Okay.
So it's good that if anyone in your family has glaucoma, that you get it screened at least once properly by an ophthalmologist or an eye surgeon.
Okay. So what's intraocular pressure? What is it, basically? And how does increased intraocular pressure lead to damage in the optic nerve?
So the eye is kept in shape by fluids and gel, right? And these fluids get produced and they get drained. And there's an equilibrium that's maintained at a particular pressure in the eye. That's called the eye pressure or the intraocular pressure. In glaucoma, this drainage system is either mechanically blocked, in which case you call it closed angle glaucoma, or it's open, but somehow downstream the drainage system is clogged up. It's not working so efficiently. So when that happens, the fluid builds up. The nerve that connects your eye to the brain, it slowly gets damaged at the front part. Sometimes in angle closure glaucoma, the drainage system is occluded and fully blocked. It can result in sudden spike in eye pressure, and that can lead to acute loss of vision, acute glaucoma.
Can lifestyle factors like diet, exercise, smoking, drinking, all this have any play in glaucoma?
In general, good exercise, aerobic exercise, improves blood circulation. And interestingly, there are some studies that show supplements like ginkgo biloba extract may in fact reduce the chance of progression of certain types of glaucoma. But in general, the strongest risk factors honestly are family history.
Are there any preventative measures that I can take?
If there's a family history of glaucoma, get it screened.
Yeah.
Get your eye screened. If there's any history of chronic steroid usage, in any part of the body, if it's used for too long, there's a small chance that it can affect the eye pressure. If you have high myopia, your nerves tend to be a bit more stretched out because your eyeball's longer. So the nerve is already thinner to begin with. So these patients tend to have a higher risk, a 3 to 4 times higher risk of developing glaucoma later in age.
Does controlling other health conditions like high blood pressure or diabetes reduce the risk of glaucoma?
Interestingly, blood pressure fluctuations can be a risk factor in glaucoma. So in fact, when you have low blood pressure, there's less blood supply to the optic nerve, the eye nerve. And that can be a risk factor for glaucoma, interestingly. In poorly controlled diabetes, these blood vessels that line the retina, they get a bit leaky.
Okay.
They start leaking fluid, they start leaking blood, they start bleeding into the eye. And that can result in a sudden loss of vision, or it can result in gradual, irreversible loss of vision.
What are the treatment options available if one were to find themselves with glaucoma?
So sometimes we do these early interventions like we do lasers. Depending on the type of glaucoma, I decide on the type of laser that I use to either relieve the obstruction using something called peripheral iridotomy, where I create a small hole in the iris as an emergency exit pathway for the fluid in the eye to escape, or I work on the angle, the drainage system, to make it more porous, to absorb more fluid, to allow the fluid to drain out better.
Are there any new cutting-edge advanced treatments or things that are maybe you feel like might be coming out soon in the fight against glaucoma?
Now I'm very excited by these new minimally invasive glaucoma surgical devices. So when I'm doing cataract surgery for a patient, I typically inject a couple of devices which are tiny. You can't even see them with the human eye. When I inject them into the drainage system, it augments the flow. So I'm using minimally invasive glaucoma surgical devices to help drain the fluid. But these are typically used in earlier glaucoma. For now, advanced glaucoma, we still go to traditional surgery, which has slightly higher risks.
All right, well, it sounds very exciting and a lot of things on the horizon. And, well, you've been a wealth of information. Thank you so much, Dr. Jayant.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah.
My pleasure. Thank you.